keep coming back to you. I know it's because of you. 망가진 우리 사이를 모르겠어, don't know how. Cause you won't catch me when I fall. Baby, do you even care at all? Won't let you make me feel so damn smart. 미안은 하니 상처 입은 내게 사랑을 하니 많이 말만 하면 다니. Oh my gosh, so dumb. What am I gonna do to make it clear to you? There never come a day when you can get with me. All of your friends keep saying 널 생각 없다니. All of your friends they know. Yeah. Cause you won't catch me when I fall. Baby, do you even care at all? Won't let you make me feel so damn smart. Tonight
Right, that's better. I now have to... So if I do that, it works. Is it that that gets wiggled somehow? No. Now that's staying, I mean, it is quite wiggly in that USB port. Let me try plugging this microphone into a different USB port. Actually, I've just had a terrible, terrible idea about what I might have done wrong, which is I might have pressed cancel on that dialog box. Right, third attempt. Here we are. Yes. Elbira, crossed major revolt, imprisoned all dukes, well, half of dukes, requires new dukes to replace old dukes, is considering merging duchies in an attempt at solving this problem. but might do it by inviting a bunch of Despoletos to join her instead, or promoting counts. Those are basically the three options. So I'm kind of inclined to say that for Sinai, we merge it with Ascalon, because they're both kind of tiny. Fairly tiny. What's his de jure area? Yes, that's his de jure area. That's his de facto area. How am I off for vassal limit? I'm not bumping that hard against it. Oh, I don't know. Can we find what good Despoletos and such like do we have either in our court or nearby? Let's check if I'm still audible. Yes. Yep, that's definitely that microphone. So, Despoletos in my court, in my realm rather. I mean, I particularly want ones in my court, but yes, don't count the ones whom I've imprisoned. Yeah, all the good ones are in prison. Maybe given my tyrannical tendencies, I want to try to bring in people with the content trait, which doesn't seem to be a thing that Despoletos go for. Oh, there's one, Ramiro, Prince of Jerusalem. He's got good martial, actually. He's probably a decent candidate for some kind of a job. Uncle Ramiro, as we call him. Unlikely to ever have any children, mind. It's a pity given his genius wife. Okay, well, as a start, let's give him... Did this guy not rebel? No. I'm now going, did this guy rebel? Yes. Okay, maybe, actually, I think we should merge Nafud with Bahrain. So I think I'm going to revoke Outre Jourdain, and then we can grant Outre Jourdain to... Okay, I can only revoke one of his duchies. That's slightly fiddly. Do I revoke Outre Jourdain or do I revoke Arabia? Let's just have a quick look around each one. I think I revoke Outre Jourdain because that's his primary title. I mean, it does mean that he gets to keep that place, but yeah, I think we'll revoke. In particular, I think if I revoke Outre Jourdain, that will also take his outlying county down here with it, which I would quite like to get back. So in particular, they're each 5 counties, aren't they? Oh, he'll still control Montreal if I do that, though. Oh, but he controls Montreal and he controls Negev. Ooh. And the problem is, if he keeps a duchy, then he won't become a vassal of the new Duke of Outre Jourdain. So he'll continue controlling Montreal and Negev as part of the Duchy of Arabia. Whereas if we revoke Arabia, he will actually lose all 5 of those counties. Right, let's take Arabia off him then. So now I blow past my vassal limit because I've got all 5 of those counties. And indeed, I'm also now Duchess of Arabia. So now I think I should find that uncle of mine. Prince Ramiro the Thin-Minded, because I think he would make a pretty decent duke. So I think we should grant him the Duchy of Arabia, except I can't. Because I don't control a county he can take with it, yes. So I would need to give him a county of my own to go with it. That's, of course, an issue caused by I think we now can't, yes, it will be considered, it will upset people if we revoke any of his other counties. Who are the counts we've got in prison then? Well, Aden. It's not very helpful. It's kind of a long way off. What counties have I got?
Don't forget that it can be beneficial to spread out the holdings of a duke like this, or later a king, because then you can often raise their troops in the outlying area.
Yeah, true.
This can be strategically useful.
Okay, let's revoke Aden and give it to my uncle. So Count Muzarafadin of Aden, we should be able to revoke that because he is a traitor. And then I should be able to give Uncle Ramiro. Well, I mean, actually, do I keep Aden for myself and give him Baida instead? Aden feels like more the kind of thing. Also, I've got Zabid, so that would give me those two counties next to one another, which just feels nice. Have any lower titles I might help and hold under it. And then we'll also grant you the Duchy of Arabia. There are no lower titles on. Oh. There are apparently some lower titles under Arabia. Well, okay, go on then. No, there aren't. You just, for some reason, got a higher opinion of me as a result of that. So he is now Duke Ramiro the Thin-Minded of Arabia, albeit that his capital is currently down on the coast there. Right. So that's one of them dealt with. So we could merge that with Sinai. Mostly I'm running Gavelkind here anyway, so merging duchies isn't very dangerous because they'll probably split in the next generation anyway. Right, so he is now Duke of Sinai and Arabia. So now we had this guy over here, who I want to merge with Daria, or rather with Nefud, in order to give them a bit more power. So the Duchy of Al-Bahrain is the one I want to merge in. So who else have we got then? So we have Mencia of Galilee. Duke Valdemar of Tripoli is loyal. On the other hand, Duke Baldwin of Antioch is not. So I think, how about this guy? Aleppo is. So I think Aleppo can be merged with Antioch. Unless there's a good, yes, I should also, right, Antioch. I probably don't want to turn Antioch into a theocracy. So let's merge Antioch into Aleppo. And then we can merge, well, we should look around this one and see if there's anyone I like. He's a bit meh. She's the Duke, she's the Duke. She has a good name, Jimena. We don't really know anything about her, though. She has solid diplomacy. Maybe I can marry one of my grandsons to her or something. Though she's a countess, so that may be sorry, arranged betrothal, not marriage. Okay. Right, she wants someone of higher rank than Zentulo. Do you have any other Di Spoleto children kicking around? Not really, no. I mean, we don't really know whether she's going to turn out good. We think he's a bit disastrous. Oh, he's content though. We like content. Oh, sorry. Let's make him the Duke of Galilee. He probably won't last long, but and his heir is currently his the one we've just revoked it from, which is a pity. Because he has no children? Yes, he currently has no children. Get on with it. Your wife's 26, surely you must be able to do something useful with that. Right, that's another one dealt with. So Morcar is stuck being Duke of Outrejourdin for now. He is 67 and locked away though, so he's probably not much of a problem. We have Duke Thomas of Mudar. He directly controls two of the counties of his duchy, and the other one is a theocracy. Let's look at his neighbours and see if I would like any of them. Facilitas, bit meh really. We have my husband, who is Duke Satuk of Mosul. We could grant him Mudar. We have my daughter, Duchess Ansa. Who is only 14. is currently betrothed to Hugo Di Spoleto, who is currently in prison. We may want to correct that at some point. Yeah, or his being alive. Like, we could stick him in the oubliette and then he would die of natural causes and that would be fine. What's Kabbalah doing? All right, that's part of Palmyra, which is one of the possibilities. I think it gives me most control if I grant it to answer, though. So let us revoke Mudar from Duke Thomas. It's a traitor, our vassals will not object. And grant it to answer. Right, so she is now Duchess of Samara and Mudar. Right, any more? Duchess Agatha of Basra. Well, that should probably be merged with... He's content, yes, right, we'll merge it with Baghdad.
This will probably do wonders for your levies as well.
Everyone will love me.
Everyone's going to love you.
At least the people who the people who are left, the people who still matter will love me.
People who are still alive.
Oh, they're still alive. They're just in my dungeon. Actually, probably the thing to do is to look at this. So Morcar is still, sadly, a duke for now.
Stick him in the oubliette. I mean,
But he is now my only... Oh no, there's... the Baron of Al-Albali has also revolted.
Can you transfer him to somewhere? His vassalage to someone else?
Yeah, he gets it revoked first.
Okay.
Oh no, he doesn't. He's apparently... he is not a... Why is he in my prison then? Is he... was he just a capture in war? He is not apparently a traitor, so I think I should just ransom him.
And transfer him to someone else.
I think he may be under one of my counties.
Yeah. But you can still usually arbitrarily transfer baron level vassals, and if he dislikes you this much, it may be worth it for the lols.
So he... Oh right, I've only just gained him. He's one of the people I gained when I decided I prefer Aden rather than Bida.
Oh, right.
Yes, he controls the other barony in Aden. There's a spare holding slot in Aden. You should fix that. Got just about enough money to do that. Right, so that's done as well as I can. Mostly I now have a bunch of counts imprisoned. Thank you.
And hopefully the counts are mostly under some other bugger's duke.
Yes. So there is then a question of what I do with them.
Well, your options are ransom for cash, but you're not short of cash. Leave them there to die of natural causes and let your dukes work it out. That's pretty much it, really.
Now, this guy's betrothed to my daughter Ansa. That's probably unhelpful. Like, there's nothing very special about him. I mean, she is my second daughter. She's not Right, yes, I should remember that she's not the one who is inheriting the kingdom. But even so, so if I break the betrothal, oh, can I? Because she is my vassal and in my court, I think. So I thought I should get, I mean, I seem to still get an arranged betrothal option for her. I don't seem to be getting a break betrothal option. Though maybe that goes up a level and I have to do that at this level. No. So if I choose, but I don't have the rings button for her. I think that things may be a bit complicated around here. Oh, because she's obviously, she's technically a duchess in another court. If I click on control marriage, do I then get to betroth her? Not from her side. And I don't get the rings button. Okay, I think I can't break off this betrothal because she's technically independent of me. But nonetheless, as far as I can tell, there's no good reason not to hurl people into the oubliette. I mean, unless you actually don't want them dead. I mean, a lot of the people, several of the people are fairly old. She's not. So who's the heir to the Empire of Italia then? Not any of the current Basileus's children, because it's an elective monarchy. Right, okay. That's fairly safe then. Doesn't matter too much that Count Mencia? Are you sure she's not Countess Mencia? Of Tyrus is, and also she's only now Countess of Tyrus. So, yes, I don't think there's any particular reason to hurl her into the oubliette. We would quite like him out of the way, though, because he's still dangerous. He's going in the oubliette. His heir even has a positive opinion of me. And then we have a bunch of barons who probably don't matter. So, yes, I think that's more or less sensibly organised now. Still don't want to usurp the Sultanate of Iraq. Still don't want to create any of those. So Zentulo has, I think, lost his guardian, because his guardian got imprisoned. I mean, I could do with tutoring someone myself, but it should probably be one of my own children.
I suppose the dangerous part is if this kid's tutor was one of the imprisoned traitor dukes. What's he been taught?
Apparently deceit, but also charity and patience. So as yet, nothing very bad.
I think deceit is fine at this level of court mock-up. It's just a question of which direction you point it.
Yes. I think Aras might be quite a fun person to be taught by. that's dealt with that one. I'm threatening, yes, I know. I need a new designated regent. Let's have a look at my vassals and which ones might want. You're half decent, Prince Archbishop. No. I think I'll do this from the the appointment screen. So it allows me to see slightly more useful numbers. Actually, I think my husband will make an excellent designated regent. Right, so for the other titles, we should pick dukes with, or people with lots of troops who haven't been assigned a more who haven't already got a phenomenally high opinion because they just gained a landed title. Though it looks like we may actually end up wanting to give everyone, I suppose, direct vassals who are counts are kind of worth it too. A slight shortage of people I can grant the title of Keeper of the Tomes to. I think we may be a bit lacking in learning. Oh, Facilitas can apparently have it, right? He's an excellent one. Right, and we're one commander down. Do we have anyone good? No, we need to invite a new commander. So, how are we off for... so we have a siege leader there. I have nothing useful. So we're down one siege leader and one organiser. No, we're down one organiser, no siege leaders, right. So our new one should be an organiser. At which point, Kyrillos Mystikos of Demetrias is by far the best. Right, so that will deal with that. You could also imprison Duchess of Anthea, and she is a member of...
On the basis that her record is the usurper, so she must be guilty of something.
Well, she's leading a plot to fabricate a claim on the Duchy of Mosul. She is also a member of the elective succession faction.
So she's a serial usurper.
Yes. And like, it's not a very dangerous faction. So I think I'll leave her be. But if I start worrying about that faction, she gets imprisoned. Right, so I think that's all of the home affairs dealt with. Queen Elbira already has a truce with the Byzantine Empire, along with a couple of her own vassals.
There's presumably a defensive pact
Yes, I mean, I've unpaused a bit, so it may not be quite right, but in particular, Sultan Musa of the Najdid Sultanate is in the defensive pact. Africa is not, but is substantially scarier than we are at the moment. Oops. And Hungary is in the Christian Defensive Pact. And the other people we want to take on are the Knights Hospitaller.
For being inhospitable.
Yes.
What's your threat level?
46.
So
The Knights Hospitaller are also in the Christian Defensive Pact, though, since they hold one castle, we can probably push that over fairly rapidly.
Isn't that the whole point of the defensive pact, though? I've only got one castle, but I have lots of friends.
Yes, but if your lots of friends are further away than the time it takes me to push the castle over, it doesn't help.
this doesn't work for Hungary
I
because
see, because they don't come to avenge you, they only try to defend you while you haven't fallen over.
Yes.
for Hungary this doesn't work
Because they have
territory
Hungary.
a long way away.
So I really was quite foresighted in today's public crisis to say, please protect me, and if I die, please avenge me.
Yes. So we could definitely take that on. All of the levies, on the other hand, are quite squashed. So I'm going to unpause for a bit anyway, because I think basically the only people I could. So Verity, you had a kind of idea that I should not go after this barony mostly because it would increase my threat.
Yeah, I think that the time that what you should do is probably at this point let your threat decay to the point where you can take on, well, ideally decay to the point where you can take on the Najdarids in Hungary at the same time, and then you can trivially mop up the hospital.
Yes.
Because the thing here is, basically, you want to get to, you're going to get, it's going to be very hard now for people not to end up in defensive pacts against you. And that means that, and every time you take over somewhere, it ticks your threat back up.
Yes.
And you're not at this point where you can just go, oh, sod it, I will go to war with the entire defensive pact, unless the defensive pact is like titchy. And none of them are titchy enough, really.
Yeah, it looks like even the Muslim one. The Muslims, while they are actually, we should probably just look at what they look like.
Yeah, I mean,
They extend quite a long way.
you've got the Abbasids kicking around, and I mean the Najdarids are a bit notional now, but you've got the Abbasids and yeah.
I mean, at least the Christian defensive pact is quite a long way away.
Yes, but the problem here is that you could take on the Christian Defensive Pact now, but then it's approximately 1 billion years until you can take on the Muslim Defensive Pact.
Yes.
So I think at this point, to minimise the time, you're better off not going to war for a bit, letting your threat drop down to the level, keeping your money reserves high, and if possible, then going to war simultaneously with the Najdarids in Hungary. And the thing here is, you're probably going to have to then take on defensive pacts at some point, but each time you will be going for a single holding, which you can take quickly and early by raising troops there for starters, and give yourself ticking war score. And if you've taken a lot by going to war with 3 places at once, you'll have raised your troop basis. So what you're probably better off doing is building things that increase your troops and money for 10 years or 5 years or whatever it is till your threat decays enough, and then going for all-out thermonuclear war.
Right.
point your limiting factor is the defensive pact, and can you get butch enough to take them out? I mean, my usual approach to this by now would have been to found an empire and make sure I had claims on whole kingdoms. And then you go to war, you take a whole kingdom, and you've then got a sort of katamari of conquering going on, where each thing that you've conquered gives you enough troops to take the next thing once you've, spent a couple of years sitting there.
Right. Well, meanwhile, Empress Mencia is complaining about her cell. To the oubliette with you.
Do not try for Elbira to be Queen of the Dark. She is unsubtle and quick to anger, or at least quick to put you in the oubliette.
Right, so this guy has just arrived. He seriously dislikes me. Oh, he's zealous. He probably won't convert. That's unfortunate. I should have paid attention to that. Well, we'll appoint him as a commander anyway. We'll see how he does. Maybe he'll die. So, Prince Nuno, heir to the Kingdom of Jerusalem, has turned out only as a skilled tactician. That's a pity. I mean, he's still not bad. Yes.
I mean, okay, he's not going to be as impressive on the battlefield as his forebears, but very few people are. I mean, he will eventually get, the terrifying mace of stakes and the armour of the whatnot and so on.
But
Well, not that one, but, might do. You could go after the guy, kill him, nick it back,
Hello. My name is Elbira, Queen of the Night. You stole my falchion. Also killed my mother, but I want the falchion back.
But she does have a weapon that's as good as it. So
yeah.
right. So and Nuno has a wife, Eudokia Argyros, who is also a genius. Who doesn't like me enough to convert to Catholicism. Maybe we should fix that by making her like me more.
This business where you can send people gifts of alcohol and this makes them like you more and then you can get them to convert religion. Does this still work if you're playing as Muslims?
No, because they don't like you sending them alcohol gifts.
Oh, they did think of that. That's
Yes. I am actually wondering about giving, since she's my daughter-in-law, maybe I should send her the holy prepuce in order to cheer her up and make her more fertile. And it'll be inherited by their son. I think I've currently got it in my pocket. Yes. Well, maybe not my pocket. Unlike sending money, that actually takes a little while. Oh, she's just moved into my court. Oh no, she's pissed off to the Duchy of Mosel now. Maybe she will refuse. Maybe I can't ask her to convert anymore. No, I don't think I can. Stoats, because she's not in my court. Why my son is in my husband's court and not mine, I don't know. Still, have fun with it. It will apparently be good for your fertility.
Maybe an implementation bug for matrilineal marriages.
There is something slightly odd going on there. But that's fine. My husband is a perfectly sensible person anyway.
Also, presumably your son is old enough to think for himself.
Yeah, well, yes, but he's only just come of age, and he doesn't have any land.
Oh yes, of course, because you can't give him anything because he's devil kind. That's the other thing, is if you do sit there quietly for a bit while your threat ticks down, you might manage to get to the point where you can ungavel kind things if you need to, or whatever. not least means that you know, you've got a fairly innocuous faction that can then crop up, which is the Galkine faction. Then you go, oh yeah, okay, fine, I will give you Galkine, whatever.
So, who's Kurdistan held by? That's a vassal of Jazeera, right? Because that's one of the counties I don't need. So I'm just quickly was wondering if but the only way I can get that, I can grant that independence is by revoking it from her, and she won't like that. Breach of feudal contract and will upset your other vassals. Yeah, I don't want that. I mean, my hope is that I don't have to go to war with the Najidids because this guy, at least when he grows up, might be capable of going to war with them himself.
Yeah, the problem is.
On which, oh no, okay, he is actually being educated by a brilliant strategist with 20 marshals, so he might actually turn out as a duke who will go to war with people.
Yeah, that's the problem. They often don't.
Well, I was going to offer to tutor him myself to help with this, but apparently he's already got someone appropriate. New Prince Archbishop of Hijaz. Oh, decent diplomacy. At some point I could try to get free
One thing that you could
thingamy
do
back
at some point
appointment.
when you get the opportunity is to turn a mayor into a grand mayor so they pay you some tax.
Who are you trying to kill now? Oh yes, that was you trying to kill Michael di Spoleto, and I was going, who's Michael? And he's of my dynasty, so maybe I should be protecting him.
I mean, usually my opinion for this with my dynasty is once they've reached adulthood, it's fundamentally their own problem.
Yes.
Unless I have very strong interests in making sure they stay alive. Yeah, mostly my opinion.
All right, he's currently the heir to the county of Kuwait. So if it doesn't go to him, probably go to Emmelrich. Yeah, I'm pretty neutral between those two. Oh, my son Nuno has now become marshal for marshal of whatever Satuk's duchy is. That's nice. Right, that's the peasant revolt dealt with. Before Baghdad even managed to raise their troops. Oh, there's a Byzantine revolt. Let's have a look around at our Byzantine bits if I can find them. That one is still in the Empire. Let's check who it is. I still have a truce with the Empire. So that one is still the Empire. There were the others. There's something down here somewhere. That's an odd bit of Najdid's. That's still part of the empire. Maybe it is only those two now. Oh, no, there. Held by the Byzantine revolt. Right.
Yep, take that. Well, yeah, I mean, it will knock your threat off a bit, but
It's too good an opportunity not to. I mean, he does have 37,000 troops. Like, there is a question of where, yes. 39,000 apparently. He, of course, is going to be busy with the Byzantine Empire as well.
you have to avoid them.
But conveniently, I don't even have to enter their territory.
Well, you will, because you'll need to take more than just the.
Well, I might. I could, yeah, but he's got the whole of Sicily. I could just land in Sicily instead. I mean, there might, of course, be zillions of Byzantine Empire troops in Sicily. Like, the revolt is, like, approximately half the empire.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, nip in there now, or raise your troops there now, and start besieging it, and raise everyone else, and so on in that fashion.
That's probably most of them raised. At least up at this end of the kingdom. There is, of course, the southern end of the kingdom. Actually, let's raise them at the other end. Just march them up there. Looks like my husband Satuk is sorting out the religion of his court, which is nice. Oh, Stoats. Okay, you guys are going to have to go up there and get on that boat instead. Assuming it has adequate capacity, which it does. Right, here. Oh, we don't have any ships here. Can we raise enough ships there? Probably. Slightly worried this may not be enough troops to take Sicily because there's 6,000 Empire troops there. But the 6,000 Empire troops probably won't attack me because it benefits them to attack me as little as it benefits me to attack them. Right, Duke Morcar, having been hurled into the oubliette at the age of 67, has died in the dungeon of Queen Elbira. We have a new Duke of Outre-Jourdain, who only has a -6 opinion of me, Duke Morcar II. I mean, his son at least is called Swefred. Or something like that, Swafred maybe. Something Anglo-Saxon. Holding in Kurdistan is under siege. I should pay attention up there then. Now, we're still organising our armies up there. Let's not try to take the mountains of Kurdistan just yet. Oops. Right. Well, maybe I should send yet more troops over to Sicily then. Right, so over in Sicily, the Empire has just won a battle with the revolt, as expected. Oh, the revolt has just managed to find a largish number of troops, though. And I just accidentally unpaused when I didn't mean to. It's going to be a while before my next army gets there. I bet since I accidentally unpaused, I can't now flee to my ships fast enough. Oh, I can. Right. Let's head out to my ships and come back with more people. Meanwhile, let's send that fleet back over here to pick up the next lot. I think we can afford to be patient over there. And here we can finally load up this tiny little lot. send them up the coast. Right, now we have a slightly more serious force available here. Oh no, sorry, that's the empty ships going back. Stoats, leave them alone. That's the more serious force which I'm still waiting for. Right, we have taken our war target of Samarin.
Excellent. Now you should start digging more stoat.
So I think this lot should go over and join that lot in Erbil. So that we can start taking other distant bits of the revolt. Right, now we do have a decent quantity of troops here. I'm beginning to run out of money for fortifying Jericho, but let's keep going for a bit. Make sure this lot has a good set of commanders, because they're the ones who are actually likely to be attacked. Send that round there so they can see enemies coming. Meanwhile, we are amassing another army over there and trying to organise ourselves to ship another batch over the sea. Well, the Empire seems to have got distracted in a fatal way by a passing bunch of revolting peasants, which is kind of amusing. Okay, they've abandoned trying to take Kurdistan off us. Excellent. What's the... oh, the supply limit there is fairly low, actually. We don't want to pile everyone in there because we'll run out of supply limit. Is there any more? That's the only county of the revolt over here. Other than that, we have to like march into Anatolia, or I suppose sail across to Greece. It's kind of inconvenient. think we'll go for marching into Anatolia because we want someone around here to defend. Actually, you lot go in a completely different direction. Slightly bravely head over there, see what we see. We have now taken the capital of the revolt. Don't yet seem to have any pestering from the empire. More armies there than I should. I think that means I've lost some of them and need to organise them again.
Is there a convenient revolt army to hit nearby?
There's one there, but it is in mountains, and it's quite big for a thing in mountains. Let's actually just send that lot up the coast. There's that one and that one. Oh, there's a spare Jerusalemite army down here. Come along, be useful.
Yes, no wonder when I said that I had a certain number of confusions with my translator from Mind the Gap. You asked how many theories before background. Frankly, it's terrifying. It is.
That's 36%. How are things going over here? We've got that lot ashore. Let's send that ferry service back down to El Arish, because there's an army coming up to Eliat in due course. Aha! I have managed to sow distrust between Duke Arpad Ferenc of Pest and his liege, King Arpad Dumator. What? Durnotor? I bet those are actually meant to be double acute accents as well. Your humble Chancellor, King Satuk of Jerusalem.
I did something. How is your Chancellor a king?
Because he's my husband.
Oh, yes.
It's quite simple. Lots of people joining a defensive pact. Yeah, my troop numbers are going up a bit. Okay, you lot should actually be following that lot. All right, that final ferry is arriving. What? Okay, there's only a 10k supply limit in that county. Well, someone can go next door then. Nothing bad seems to be going on over here. Slowly pushing over the vast number of holdings in their capital county, and no one is stopping us.
What's your war score?
76. What the Byzantine Empire army just came ashore again, got into a fight with a bunch of revolting peasants again, and got beaten again.
Yeah, no, they're strategically right on top of everything.
Meanwhile, people can now ride camels in Jericho.
Hooray.
Conveniently, Sicily still has things for us to besiege. So at 97% war score, I should probably be seeing if he'll surrender. Not yet, no. It's really not indecisive. If you insist that I go out and beat one of your armies in the field, I will. I'd prefer it if I didn't have to. It's nice. Another county has gone Catholic. We now have 99% war score and are thus presumably being limited by less than 36 months have passed. It's only lasted 1 month and we haven't won a major battle. Right, let us organise that lot and that lot to win us a major battle. And meanwhile, bring home the troops from Sicily.
Over there, in case you need them. Also, this will put them conveniently in the right country to be dismissed if you don't need them.
My Aunt Mayor has died. I remember her when she was like my daughter. Annoyingly, the revolt is still waiting for me in the mountains. So they are going to be a bit hard to beat. Let's send that lot down into Kurdistan while we wait. Actually, no, we don't have enough time. That last lot are in position. Right. Oh, that 11,000 have just arrived. Well, in that case, let's spend a little more time. Allow this lot to move into a place where they'll reinforce while we wait for those 11,000 troops to arrive so that we can to march over there so that we can actually turn up with overwhelming force, because we should lose fewer troops if we turn up with overwhelming force. Oh, aha, aha. You're going to come and join me. Excellent. Right. Time to change plans radically. You lot should stay there, I think, and we'll move you very shortly. Actually just instruct everyone to head over there and try to get them going fast. And then make sure this army has all our best commanders in it. And then we get the mountains defensive advantage. They cross a river and our reinforcements should arrive before things get too dicey. Can we dispatch that lot in there safely yet? Yes, we can. Damn it, they've changed their mind. I asked them to stay still, will they change their mind again? Because it would be really stupid of them to actually attack us in those mountains. No, they're not changing their minds again. Right. In that case, you lot get our best commanders. You lot, I think, get an organiser, and then we see what's going to happen. So you probably don't get an organiser yet, because if I give you an organiser now, you'll arrive too early. You don't yet get an organiser. You get an organiser. You have an organiser, right. And you are then instructed to head over there. Right, you may or may not actually make it in time. I mean, I think this is a better move on the part of the revolt. No, don't go that way, damn it. Maybe now it's safe to give you an organiser. No, but yeah, they've got an organiser. Let's do this. This is a fine move, don't worry about it. Right, we have 3 narrow flanks in the mountains. They have a slight numerical advantage, but we have better commanders. Plus, like, we have reinforcements on the way. The Battle of Tabriz. I try to breathe deeply, but catching my breath in the freezing weather is difficult. Look, it's the Queen herself, someone shouts. I turn, only to find myself overrun by dozens of Narcissus pompous soldiers. So, our options are... I don't think so. I'll dual Commander Martino myself. Well, I think probably 51 personal combat score on my side versus 10 on the other. Not handing over the Crusader Warhammer, not getting maimed and severely injured. Sun is beginning to set when I meet with Bishop Martino, my illustrious Crusader Warhammer ready. After he clumsily dodges one attack, my next one lands perfectly. Frantically, the man attempts to cover his injured body, but I have rarely seen so much blood. Right. Meanwhile, Princess Ansa, my eldest daughter, but not the heir to the Kingdom of Jerusalem itself, has turned out as a brilliant strategist. She isn't a genius, though, so that doesn't give her a ludicrous amount of martial skill. The peasants have revolted in Kerak. Well, much good may it do them. I captured Bishop Martino, whom I just beat in a duel. Your family, don't you see so much blood about 3 times a week? It's been a while. Like this I think may have been Elbira's first duel. Oh no, she does have duel experience ×5. Okay. So it's been a while. It's been a while since she's seen that much blood, perhaps. Anyway, we now have 100% war score. But I am waiting for a reply about ransoming Bishop Martino. So let's pull the troops back to my own territory. Well, it's already movement locked into that county, so. I mean, like, we've almost finished that siege, though. There'll be some money in that. Random one of my courtiers has come of age, so let's convert him to Christianity and let him out. Right, Bishop Martino has now paid his own ransom. And we have won the war. So now we just need to withdraw all the troops from Byzantine territory. Uh, 42%.
How long will it take to decline to a sensible level?
Oh, forever. 201 months to decay to 0.
So less than 5 years.
No, that's not right at all. If you complain, you go in the oubliette. Sorry, it's them's the rules. That's what I'm currently working on. That was why I took that well, I went to war with an enormous Byzantine revolt for one holding, which admittedly, yeah, there was a good reason for it, because that was still, I have tea, yes, because I was still, see, I can't see it at all because my laptop's in the way.
If you put it on the screen where you can see it from your chair.
True, that might help. Someone's dealing with that peasant revolt, good. Oh, jihad for Egypt. Well, I bet that will turn out entertainingly. The great Sunni Caliph Rostam has decided to call a jihad against the Kafirs in the Kingdom of Egypt. He urges all righteous Sunni Muslims to take up arms against the depraved King Alaric II of Africa for the glory of Islam. Allah is merciful. That is apparently no concern of ours, but, like, he is a kinsman of mine.
I think it's actually great, because the thing here is, if you're really lucky and you have any remaining African holdings you need to take, if you're really lucky, someone else will take them, or they'll weaken Africa through this jihad, thus making it easier for you to mop them up later.
Africa is not in a defensive pact against me, so if there is anything they've got, I should probably try to take it. I don't think there is. I think we've dealt with Africa.
Wait until we go and take that stuff later.
Oh no, that looks like the arms of Africa. Yes, there is one castle that we want off Africa.
But the thing here is that
Yeah, there's no hurry.
basically, don't rush for things where you otherwise be fighting people that are big enough not to go into defensive pacts against you.
Oh, maybe it is technically no concern of ours, because King Alaric is a monophysite. Yeah, we're definitely not defending you against the jihad. You deserve it.
You know, we're the family of the sword of God.
Yes. Training grounds have been built in Jericho. Just build a militia training ground in Jericho. So how is things going for... No, he's still a kid. He's only 11. We want him to go to war with the Najidids. The war's over now. You can go and... Yeah, right, I was about to say, you can go and wash that blood off your face, and she has in fact gone and done so. Good. Should keep an eye on whether there's a second Byzantine revolt, because sometimes there is. I think they only have one at the moment. Oh, Gerhild, Princess Gerhild, my aunt, is now known as Gerhild the Sleepy. She does indeed have the slothful trait, which, if you can't see it, is a tiny icon of a sloth. Zentulo Munez is now of legal age. He's become a brilliant strategist. You give him a chance to work out what that means. It doesn't mean very much. 14 marshal is nothing very special.
I only just realised why the name Zentulo Munez is confusing. Because it's the opposite way round to Munio Zenon is.
Yes. I mean, not quite, but it's close. Changing inheritance law might be a bit tricky because we do need to get everyone to love us. So we are in a position where we could get back to free investiture if we thought that was a good plan.
I mean,
Which generally improves vassal opinion, which is quite... I mean, I don't really care what the Pope thinks of me.
Well, this is a useful thing if you end up in a dispute with the Pope for some reason, because it gives you something to give away to get back.
And it would be nice to be able to start appointing the King Bishop of Hijaz again.
Yes.
Yeah, let's annoy the Pope and cheer up everyone else.
Outrage comment on ILC in 3, 2, 1.
Right, we have free investiture. That doesn't appear to have banned me from changing... It banned me from changing Crown Authority, but not centralisation, right? It's fine. I don't have the legalism to go higher than high. And apparently at the moment I'm playing Jerusalem as much of an autocracy as I can get away with. Don't know why. Because when you get it, it starts out like that. Usually I play with very low Crown Authority. Only the first half of this game I was playing with, until we moved to Egypt, I was playing with very low Crown Authority. Because, well, that's kind of right for the Holy Roman Empire.
Yes.
So that means I should choose who's going to be the next Prince Archbishop of Hijaz. Because the current one, yeah, we want someone with better martial skill than that. Indeed, I think I should just nominate my marshal. Then I have zillions of other bishoprics I can nominate people to. If we have random courtiers, it's probably good to send them off. High Marshal will also mean I get troops from them, won't it? But maybe don't send my commanders off to random bishoprics. It's also slightly impolite to do this to people who are married. There isn't an easy way from here for me to find out who's married. And if I left click on them, they get immediately appointed as successors. I mean, I don't think that matters strictly. He's not married. Excellent. Indeed, he's our young Zentulo Munez. I mean, maybe I shouldn't appoint people who are of my dynasty merely because then they won't have more children, but...
If you're a Cathar, you can appoint all the women. But
No. I suppose anyone who wants to get married is obviously safe to appoint to a bishopric. I mean, not that it matters. Their marriage just turns out never to have happened, more or less. Like, they don't even appear in the list of past marriages.
Yeah, I think that's because officially they're annulled. And that is the very definition of it didn't happen, they'll see here.
It also appoints people with high learning. I have too many bishops to appoint. This is the problem with free investiture. You suddenly have all these people you need to appoint. I mean, you don't. The system will automatically generate them if necessary.
But then you can't take full advantage of it, so, you know.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I'm not really taking full advantage of it. I'm going, oh, this person looks interesting. Yes, I'm sure a possessed bishop will be fine.
Yeah. I mean, he'll be fine. You know, I mean, his parishioners, etc. Maybe less.
I think we'll leave the rest to be generated because I've run out of people.
It's so easy.
Sultan Ramadan of the Najdid Sultanate does not appear to be in a defensive pact against me. And it's been a long time getting into this state in the game, so I'm pretty sure we're not. It's still in the echoes of the bug at the start.
This might be an excellent opportunity to go to war with him there. Is Hungary in the defensive pact?
Hungary. Oh no, hang on, that's the wrong place. Hungary is still in a defensive pact, the Christian defensive pact against Jerusalem.
Okay, I think what you do is we accept Hungary as a little bit of a lost cause, but also realise that the Christian defensive pact isn't that huge, not least because Africa's gone by eyesight for some reason.
It wouldn't join a defensive pact anyway. It's huge and scary. It's the kind of country that has defensive pacts against it as well.
Thus, what you do now is you go to war with the Najdids and the Knights Hospitaller.
Should I? So I have two, I think, options regarding the Najdids. They have a holding in a mosque down here in Tihama, which is count level vassal of mine. So it's not someone where the vassal will ever go to war with them, or they have those two counties. So I'm kind of inclined to go after that mosque, because those two counties, Antonio, when he finally comes of age, has a de jure claim on, and an obvious desire for, and a holy war claim.
Yeah.
And he might be strong enough to do that, at least while there's an ongoing jihad distracting the Najdids. I mean, he does seem a bit feeble at the moment.
It's hard to tell because basically at the moment he's going to have a...
He is being properly tutored by someone who should get him decent marshal.
But at the moment it's hard to tell because all his levies are going to be squashed by the fact that he's just a kid.
Yes.
And you get quite a big opinion penalty.
So I think if I'm going to declare war on the Najidids, I do it for that holding down in Tihama.
Not least because if you do declare holy war on them, you can probably get a bit more support from the Night Hospitals.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's reasonable. Unless you've got anything that nick all their stuff, would really like it. In which case maybe go for something that allows you to take.
Yes, so I have those 2 de jure claims and the Tihama Holdings claim. And obviously a large pile of holy wars, but... and indeed a free captives claim. But I don't think that's necessary. Oh, they immediately raise 61 troops in the disputed holding.
Lol. Race some troops just next door.
So do I also go for the Knights Hospitaller?
Yes.
Like they're feeble.
And basically, Knights Hospitaller, you go for them. This is your priority, not the Tihana holdings.
Yes.
Because of the defensive pact that they'll be in. But basically, now you raise troops there, you blitzkrieg them as much as you can. Then
They're conveniently right next door to my heavily fortified capital.
So
Make sure that army has a siege leader and an organiser, so that they get in as fast as possible. Meanwhile, that lot should have a siege leader. Yeah, let's just press the raise all troops buttons and then see who's in a stupid place and needs to be dismissed again. That's 22,000 troops, that's too many. So I don't want to move some of them. Some of them are carefully organised already. So lots of people have been called into the Hospitaller War, but the hope is that none of them will arrive. In particular, this isn't Crac des Chevaliers, but it does only have a fort level of 5.
well, if you pour enough troops in with a siege leader, just assault it and get it done.
Right, the Knights Hospitaller have just hired possibly the Knights Hospitaller, but that's fine. We're going to have a decent number of troops in their in that county in time. Kind of tempted to pull this lot actually temporarily back there.
And if there were some Knights Hospitallers over there to go and fight, or are they Hungarians?
I think they are actually, that is actually a, all right, they've brought in the Knights, they've hired the Knights Templar, I think. So, yes, they have their own 900 troops and 4,000 hired troops, who are the Knights Templar. But, like, I think just assaulting their one holding will be far quicker than getting into a fight with them. I have, on the other hand, just been excommunicated.
Well, that's fine. It's just put free investiture back. So you send, once war is done, you send a little letter to the Pope saying, "Yo, Pope, terribly sorry."
Yeah, or I convert the Prince Archbishop of Hijaz into an anti-pope.
I mean, you can, but this is going to lead to an amount of unpopularity and will mean that you're fighting a Christian defensive pact anyway. Ask me how I know this.
Assault. Right, Beth Giblin has fallen.
100% was for to release the altar.
Right. 40.6% threat. So, now, of course, now the Knights Hospitaller will ask for permission to build me another castle.
No, they won't. Probably.
They keep doing this.
You're not a Christian ruler anymore. Well, right, sorry. You're
Okay, they may wait until I've been re-incommunicated.
Recommunicated, yes. De-excommunicated. Right. Now is a great time to go after the Najdits.
Yes, well, I'm still trying to get all my troops in the right place for that.
Well, first of all, put some in that hole.
Yeah, they're on the way. It's just it's a long way up the coast.
Wait, yes, you can just about see that they're walking now that I squint harder at it. Yeah, yeah.
The thing is that Beth Giblin was conveniently right next door to Jerusalem, so he could just go over there and knock it over,
Yeah.
and then run away again.
The weather, my God, the weather is horrible. Simon must be considering his life choices.
That's nice. Parween Abdulaziz is now of legal age and is a mastermind theologian for all the good it will do her.
Well, obviously, the funny thing to do is set up the Empire of Outremer and then immediately convert to anything else other than Catholicism. I mean, Catharism is the most hilarious one.
Bishop Velf, one of the people I appointed, has already inherited his bishopric. Yes, he insists that I must repent of my sins. And There seemed to be an adequacy of mountains there that we could, that are held by the Najidids, that we could go and camp in for safety. Well, if we're going to get into a fight, let's have some half-decent commanders.
It's time to activate the neutron and root my way.
Merge some armies where I can. There appears to be 96 troops going in completely the wrong direction. Prince Lazaros of Armenia, also Count Lazaros of Urbid, has come of age. Okay. Would you like to convert to Catholicism? No. Maybe I need to wait a bit for him to properly grow up. No, apparently not. Holding in Jaffa is under siege. Oh, so it is. They've brought 6,000 troops ashore. Right, turn round, you lot. Let's get that lot halfway organised first. Technically, we've lost the first battle of the war. We had 64 troops in that battle. Sorry, we had 95 troops in that battle. They all died.
Does it even show up in the Tron?
It doesn't show up in the amounts of war score from battles, but it does appear in the battles list.
Yeah.
They managed to lose one person. We did, on the other hand, then win the Battle of Borojerd. Right, I think I should pay most attention over here. So they're heading for Hebron. Just wanted to check. Beth Gibbelin is directly controlled by its count. Right, that's fine. Defenders of Desbar, launched an unsuccessful thingamy. Yes. I think we have enough troops up there that that will work all right. That lot may as well head into that county. Ooh, that lot are in trouble. Can we safely have them run away that way? No, that's kind of inconvenient. Still, we are now besieging the place that we actually want to take. actually besieging Mirabel. Well, good luck. Mirabel has a fort level of 8.5. It's going to take you a while to get through that. Losing 3% every 12 days. So that's like going to take you over a year to get through that. Which would be fine if I didn't have 17,000 troops on on my doorstep. Yeah, Elbira is totally leading this battle, this army. Because she is not going to allow anyone to besiege Jerusalem. I'm not actually watching that battle, mind, because I'm slightly more interested in what's going on down here. Well, maybe I'll watch it a bit. They have a narrow flank. But no, they have been completely flattened. Where are you going now? You're going that way. Good, right. I'll just hold these troops off here for a moment. Right. 14% war score from that battle. That's nice. Now, I think you lot should come down here, Stoats. Because I think oh no, this lot can still run away. Good. Oh, there's another army for them to run away to join. Let's lead that lot on a nice dance around the peninsula. This lot, I think once we've led that lot on a dance around the peninsula, we can probably fight them. I mean, we don't need to, though. So let's send this lot all the way over there. And then I think our major plan is sit in the Najadid Mountains, besieging everything. We've got plenty of battle war score. We'll get ticking war score from this. We just want not to accidentally lose a battle. Interesting. Large African army on our borders. Oh, right, yes, of course, there's a jihad going on against them, isn't there? What are those messages? Someone's trying to kill someone, something's under siege. Not, I don't think, anything that matters. Right. This lot could move, but on the other hand, right, that's a convenient high supply limit mountain hex, so kind of inclined to leave them there. Slightly inclined to maybe dismiss some armies, but kind of don't. That one's probably unnecessary. Okay, that army has now gone in a different direction. That's probably trying to merge with that one, which would make that a bit big. Let's organise that lot into that nice safe mountain. Yeah, they've landed some more. Is that no? Yes, they've landed 207 horses. Well, that's probably not a problem. Excellent. We have some more tech. Well, let's build some more things. We have some money left. So it looks like the enemy is not heading directly towards me. I don't think I want to usurp the kingdom of Assyria either. Now I'm just waiting for the sieges to complete. That hex only has a fairly small supply limit. Let's split this army in two. Okay, I don't think I can split this army in two. It's just too huge. None of their counties have adequate supply limit to support that army. Their capital does. Well, yeah, but not by that route, surely. No, not like that either. Like every county along that route's terrible. No, I think we just head back out to our county where we're safe and then probably disband that army as being unnecessarily big. Or we try to fight that one again. Maybe I should just have kept this lot defending Jerusalem, because apparently they just keep wanting to hit Jerusalem. Actually, since this army is at a bit of a loose end, let's send them to intercept that lot so they don't get to join up. May as well give them some good commanders, since that's the only army that needs them at the moment. That one actually might want an organiser. So their movement locked into Karbala, sorry. So all being well, we'll meet them there. You lot should head back over here to work out what on earth they're up to.
Seems optimistic. They can come somewhere else by the time they're going to do it on the hour again.
Yes. In the middle of the battle, I catch sight of a boy wearing the same colours I am. I have just have time to notice the fierce expression on his face when he is struck down. I feel a pang of guilt, realising how much he reminded me of my son Nuno. So, do I remember to tend to our wounded, gaining patience? Or do I say, no time to take breaks and gain Roth? It is worth 3 points of martial. Whereas patience is worth basically everything else. Charge! I've got most of the other deadly sins already. Right, we're at 99% war score, which probably means I can just start disbanding armies. Wait for that siege there to complete, or just wait for some time to pass. Let's save those ones because they're the ones actually holding my ticking war score, which is of significance. I think we should actually send that lot home though, because I don't think that siege is going to complete in before we get up to 100% war score by ticking. And maybe I'm now going to be embarrassed and the ticking war score will never turn up. There it is. Right. So I should do something about being excommunicated, because that's going to be annoying all my vassals. And probably, right, so the obvious approaches are: one, I appoint an anti-pope, or two, I say nice things to the main pope. Oh, I apparently don't. Oh, hang on, no. I can't appoint an anti-pope because the person I would appoint as anti-pope will refuse the job on the grounds that he likes the pope more than he likes me. Partly, of course, because I've been excommunicated. Right, I think I have to issue a declaration of repentance for whatever it is I've done.
As Verity says, free investiture, or at least that's a convenient thing that we can.
Yes. We have heard your passionate plea for forgiveness, and we are certain that you will be eager to prove the sincerity of your repentance by repealing the ungodly edict that you have imposed to curtail the righteous authority of the church in your realm. Right, so yes, I can... basically, that's how I get my excommunication lifted, which means I never did get to appoint the new Prince Bishop of Hijaz. Price for my absolution is the restoration, again, of papal power over Jerusalem. I mean, if he had better taste, I wouldn't mind. Right, well, the Duke of Baghdad has declared a holy war for Kurdistan. No, that wasn't what I wanted you to declare a holy war for, any of you. Maybe Boss's Face of Nafud will... take advantage of this, though he didn't when I was well, he's also still like 13, didn't when I attacked them myself. Princess Ansar of Jerusalem has declared the Samarian holy war for Kurdistan. You could at least have gone for a different duchy. Nafud, for instance, would be lovely. Yes, our threat is still decaying. Taking these individual holdings is not making a noticeable difference. So King Alaric the Tenacious is slightly losing his war at the moment. He does have the Pope on his side. So we could bravely go to war with King Alaric for the one random holding that he has, while he is busy defending against a jihad that he is losing. And of course this doesn't... All right, does that looks like that does actually cost us a small amount of piety. Even though he's a heretic. I mean, there's probably never going to be a better time to declare war on Africa. Yeah, go on, let's do it. I mean, all of my vassals will be going, why aren't you pursuing my claim? But what I need is those little bits of territory. Actually, I can raise that lot all the way over there, can't I? That should then mean we don't raise anyone very near to Africa. Oh, except Africa's down here as well, isn't it? Well, I think we have to raise them close to Africa then. Oops. At which point, let's just hit the raise all my troops again button. We have a huge supply limit in Jerusalem, so we can't just amass all our armies in Jerusalem. Pretty close to literally. We then, of course, can't move them anywhere. I think I'm now down to 1,000 gold. I should probably stop building for a bit. So Africa does have some decent sized armies down there. Oh, of course, I should actually besiege the place I want to have, shouldn't I? Let's send this pile into that county instead. I haven't seen any African troops down here, though to be fair I can't see very much down here at all. I think I should send this lot across the border. Is there any mountains they can sit in? Send them slightly further down the coast. Right, the elective succession faction has disbanded. Organise everyone to go down into that nice mountainous province there. Right, we have 17,000 African troops stomping up the coast. Basically all of the terrain is neutral. I think we take our 25,000 strong army and just go for a sodding great battle in Ascalon. Right, if they're going to send 17,000 troops after me, then they get what they deserve, namely an enormous battle. Meanwhile, that lot should have a siege leader so that they can start getting me the ticking war score up there as soon as possible. I suspect this battle will be quite valuable in terms of war score, if rather less good in terms of number of people killed. The stormy weather is getting to me. Turning to the sky, I take a deep breath. The haphazard soldiers of King Alaric II have been sending their best at me, and my limbs are becoming heavier with each step I take. Ooh, he's a bit scary. I do have a better personal combat skill, but not by much. Or I can get a black eye, which is like only slightly painful, and a good chance of becoming brave. I think we'll go for brave. Because that in particular gets me plus 10 personal combat skill, which makes up for the black eye. More than makes up for the black eye. I pull my hair in frustration and take another bite from my roasted beef, furiously chewing it down. I try taking a long breath to calm myself, but doing so only reminds me of my growing belly pressing against my armour. The more I eat, the angrier I become. The angrier that I am, the more I need to eat. Right, I think this is not the fate of a warrior. Still gained the fat trait, mind. But I am at least a fat warrior. Which has knocked 10 off my personal combat skill. Bah. Okay, no, that's the siege we know about. Right, so that army is now idle. Let's bring them down at least as far as Jerusalem. Send this lot over here. Okay, the supply limits up here are terrible. My supply limits are barely better. Okay, we're going to have to split this army up. Actually, the coastal county has enough supply limit. Okay, maybe we don't have to split them up. Maybe we send them all to besiege conveniently high supply limit coastal counties for now. Meanwhile, these guys are down here happily besieging random bits of the African kingdom. You lot are both heading down there to join them. Good. Even in our nice high supply limit coastal counties, we're still suffering from attrition. Well, that one's going to take no time to push over. Mostly now, I think we're just waiting. I mean, we could pull back and just hold on for the ticking war score. I don't like doing that.
Good luck with the umbrella in this wind. Yes.
Oh, where's that? Oh, that's way away from anyone I've got conveniently available. So yeah, let's just sit there and besiege things. I mean, I'm wondering about dismissing some armies so that we can spend less money and annoy our vassals less.
Right. Wish me luck.
Good luck. Dithering about what I should do, whether I should pull. Now let's keep trying to get war score from besieging, because otherwise this war will take forever. Whereas the sieges will mean it takes a much less unreasonable amount of time. Oh dear. Right, the sieges are going very quickly. But we have enough troops up here that they won't be able to hurt us. And I hope this lot is sufficiently far away that they won't even try. Right, 99% war score. You lot may as well withdraw. Because that siege is going to complete very shortly and will get us the necessary war score. There it goes. Oh dear, Duke Eric of Baghdad lost his holy war because he got imprisoned. Some of us can win our wars. So let's get this lot home. Oh, she actually does have a black eye. So, how are we doing now? What do we still need to take? Looking around for tiny shields indicating that other people hold things. So not these ones, because those indicate county, I think our direct vassal counties. Possibly county capitals in general, or rather courts in general. So we've still got one holding under the Byzantine Empire there, which has been there forever. And we've got one in Muscat. That's the capital of there, isn't it? Yes. But we dealt with the one in Tihama. It looks like there's nothing odd around there either. Right, good. I mean, despite my attempts, we still haven't managed to sow very much distrust there. And this guy is still very much in the defensive pact. Byzantine Empire obviously isn't, but I think we still have a truce with the. Oh, looks like we don't have a truce with the Byzantine Empire at the moment. Because Basileus Petros, the usurper, has, well, probably just usurped the empire. Conquered as a claimant. Followed by the allegedly natural death of his predecessor. So we could. He's very weak too. The main annoyance is we do actually have two holdings we want to take off the Byzantine Empire. But I suppose we should start by taking one of them. I think we go for Muscat on the grounds that the northern one is more likely to be taken by its de jure owner, maybe. Actually, let's look at how strong each de jure liege is. So that one's under the Duchy of Palmyra, 6,000 troops. That one is under the Duchy of Oman, 3,000 troops. Yes, right, let's go for Muscat. So the troops around here will all be piled into ships, which will head over to Muscat. Troops further north will head for the Byzantine Empire. Don't know where this lot are going. Well, let's send them up to there. wonder if there's a convenient high supply limit mountain province around. I mean, some people, of course, need... Oh no, that one's not the one we're claiming, is it? No, there really isn't. We need to split this lot. Right. And off we go again. Oh, the county has gone Catholic. We must be getting close to the point of having the entire kingdom be Catholic. A new random baron somewhere. The Byzantine Empire has turned up with some troops. We don't know quite how many, but probably not very many. Let us prepare to meet them in Jerusalem on the grounds that's probably where they're going. Another batch of troops to go up to Muscat. Oh, the Byzantine Empire has brought 428 troops. Maybe I didn't need to be quite so enthusiastic about getting into a position to defend Jerusalem from them. Especially since they're apparently all going to Acre. Well, I mean... may as well make sure that we have adequate armies there. Okay, they've decided they're not going to Acre instead. Well, we'll attack them in Jaffa then. Excuse me, trying to get my zoom level to something that's appropriate for this job. Well, that was a fairly pointless battle, but it's done now. What was that battle? That battle was one I didn't even know I was having. Oh, there are little straggly bits of Byzantine Empire troops up here. Well, that's nice. You work out who to whinge at about that, Gareth. It can probably be fixed.
This is camp calls, no,
It might actually be that layer is a UIS responsibility still. But on the other hand, maybe they won't know who to talk to about it. I mention this largely because there was some other thing that someone made that mistake on recently. That they accidentally didn't remember that they would need to apply for a certificate for that job. Probably don't need another 414 troops in Muscat, but let's send them there anyway. So what are this lot doing? They're probably going to want to now. I mean, they're kind of patrolling the coast, looking out for incoming Byzantine Empire ships, but let's send that lot. Weren't they meant to be going to Edessa originally? Don't go to Edessa via Tel Bashir, though. That will be messy. You lot shouldn't have a siege leader because Munio is needed elsewhere, and this lot want my best commander. I think we'll keep those ships on standby, or at least maybe we should just keep some of those ships. How many do we need? We need like... We could dismiss everything other than the... dismiss all of that lot. Because we don't need that many troops, that many ships. 110 will be fine. We'll save them though so that we can use them to ship that army to somewhere more useful once they finish that siege. I've got a random holding over there in the Byzantine Empire that they're besieging. I don't want it. Also, there appears to be a jihad going on my territory. Right, that's a nice sized army. Okay, I think I've misorganised this. That lot should be going there, apparently, because we already have someone in Edessa. Probably do want to get into a bigger fight with the Byzantines. Possibly not in a mountain province with a very low supply limit, though. And there's a few more ships on their way over there. Good. Okay, he's just inherited a county from one of his vassals, it looks like. Actually, maybe I should look at which of my vassals are children and whether they'll be willing to allow me to tutor them, because that tends to be a good way to make people like you. Sorry, I should be looking at my vassals, not his vassals. That's no use. Will not allow me to tutor him. That might help a bit. I think people have a bit of a tendency towards, where's Al-Hassa? Al-Hassa. Oh, well, we'll send an army up there once they finish besieging down here. I'm missing a commander, how embarrassing. We don't have any good candidates. We have an appropriate number of each type, special type of commander. So I think we may as well just get someone good. It's quick. There's 60 Byzantine Empire troops there. What? I've just lost another commander. Where are they all going? That one was an organiser. He seems to quite like me, so he'll probably convert to a sensible religion. Does he not? Do you not get an opinion benefit for being a commander? Bah. Right. Oh, the Byzantine Empire thought about attacking me very briefly, and then changed its mind again. Okay, right, we have taken the place in Muscat, so let's march that lot up to deal with that revolt and send the fleet up to meet them. So there is an argument that I want to hit that Byzantine army to get myself the critical having won a major battle thing. But I'd quite like to do it not in mountains, unless like they can be persuaded to come and attack me. Excellent. So now his opinion of me will be even higher because he doesn't have a religious difference with me. So now there's a bit of sitting around while we slightly wonder where they're headed. Are they in fact going to go over and try to attack that army? Well, that would be foolish of them because that army is in mountains as well. My ward Andronikos, Duke of Aleppo, was bitten by a snake this morning. Well, I mean, +2 is not, +5 for 2 years is not very helpful, but it's a bit helpful. And brave vassals are probably good. Right, so now we're starting to finish those sieges. So is he heading on to Tabriz? Yes, it looks like he is going to try to attack me in those mountains. Right, yes, they finally besieged one of my random holding in the depths of the Byzantine Empire that I wish I didn't have. Right, the Empire have turned around and decided not to try to attack me in the mountains, which is nice. And we have won that battle against the rebels. I'm kind of going, is it really necessary to keep all these armies around? Yeah, I think while the Byzantine Empire is still marching through mountains, though, we should avoid directly engaging them. We have a new Duchess of Samara. Because Ansa, my daughter Ansa, died in illness. So yes, so we have this 2-year-old Duchess of Samara. That's going to be fiddly. Maybe. Okay, so I can't get my eldest son to come to my court. I was wondering if I could do that with the hope of giving him some titles, but no. Yeah, she was only 19. But she had managed to have a daughter, and so the inheritance didn't just come back to me so I could pass it on to someone else. So I kind of feel that this army is going to be unnecessary anyway. Yeah, let's disband them and save the penalties. We'll get whatever the annoying a vassal or whatever penalties we would be getting from them. So this lot marching back that way. Taron is desert. Oh, good. Right. We're going to take them in Taron. Wait for them to get movement locked into Taron, I think. No. If we send in that army, it's a bit smaller than theirs. They might not run away. No, let's wait for them to get movement locked and then go in there properly. So I should look at what's going on here. So we have the new Duke of Palmyra, Duke Benaim, who is like shrewd at least, not otherwise very helpful, also ill, so he may not last very long. Does this mean we have spare? Yes, we do have some spare minor titles we can grant. Goodness, the Prince Archbishop of Hijaz dislikes me. He wants control of a couple of counties. I might be able to grant that. Let's also make him Keeper of the Tomes. Seems a good job for a Prince Archbishop. Right, there we go. It's all the important roles filled. So that lot are now movement locked. So I think what I do is I put my best commanders at the head. Actually, Ruprecht should be in the centre. The heads of that army and send them into Taron. And send this lot in as reinforcements. Actually, that lot are idle now. They shouldn't be necessary. Yes, we'll be at a slight disadvantage early on, but our new numbers should more than deal with that, plus we have some excellent commanders. What? Oh, we arrived first, because we were closer and had probably had a thing. So we end up with a defensive advantage anyway. It's not much of a defensive advantage, but like it'll do. Doubt he's worth very much. Also, no one cares. Right, we now have 100% war score. Oh dear. After the Battle of Tabriz, it has been my duty to inform the families of fallen soldiers of their fate. At night, I still see the hatred burning in the eyes of a teenage daughter. I know it is not my fault, but I have destroyed their lives. So one is, it should have been me, not their brave mother. Queen Elbira of Jerusalem dies. I take on the role instead as Prince Nuno. I declare that some people are always going to want me dead and become cynical and depressed, or I become wroth and stressed and punch someone. I'm already wroth and brave. Because I am only 43 and I'm a pretty decent commander still. Right, it's depressed and yes, depressed and cynical. So depressed is bad for Marshall, but not very bad. I think I'll go for depressed and cynical for now. That's all the armies out of the way. And we now, I mean, admittedly, dying would have meant we could immediately go to war with the Byzantine Empire again. But that seems a bit too, well, cynical, frankly. So how are the Najidids doing in their one remaining holy war against one of my vassals? Alarmingly well. Well, it's not like it was one that I wanted them to lose. So, meanwhile, we have a new Duke of Galilee. Duke Nuno of Galilee, who is sickly, has inherited the duchy from Duke Manrique, who in turn, I think, didn't he get it when I revoked it from his... Yes, I revoked it from his from someone else and gave it to him, and he promptly died, well, fairly promptly. So we have the new one, Nuno, who may not last very long, but that will be fine. It will then go to someone else called Answer. We have too many people in our dungeons. We should see if we can get rid of some of them. So Athelwyn is a traitor and therefore gets to stay in the dungeon indefinitely. Similarly, Agatha. I think Alvar might have been a traitor as well. Baldwin, yeah, all landed types. So actually, and we do have a bunch of unlanded types. Some of which we can get some... Okay, she's Christian already. We should just release her for the slight piety boost. Yes, if they're my vassals, then they are doubtless in there for a reason. I mean, I could ransom them for the money, but unless any of them are extremely rich, which they shouldn't be because I should have deprived them of most of their income. Yeah, they're not worth ransoming. So I do have hold a feast there, but I never seem to have been offered it. Oh, it's not marked as important. Maybe I should mark feasts as important. Still don't want the Kingdom of Assyria. Right, so we have a bunch of truces, including one with at least the current Byzantine emperor. The Najidids we don't have a truce with because it looks like they have a new thing. Well, should we have one last war for tonight and take those two counties off the Najidids while they're like at war with one of my vassals? Oh no, we do have a truce with them. I'm just an idiot. Yes, there it is. Okay, we won't have one last war because that truce will last quite a while longer. On the other hand, Hungary is not in a defensive pact against me. And only has 4,000 troops. Okay, we will have one last war, I think. Oh, he's not. Oh, no. Hungary is in a defensive pact against me. I was looking at the wrong person. Stoats. Right. Not having a one last war. Because I don't think there's anyone we can sensibly take on. There aren't any random holdings left. There's basically one, I think, in total, which is that one there held by the Byzantine Empire. So what we have left to take is that chunk of Najidid land, that Hungarian county, and that Byzantine holding. And we have a truce with the Najidid Sultan, a truce with the Byzantine Emperor, and there's a defensive pact with, what's his face in? There is a gradually growing Lower Crown Authority faction. Kind of tempted to start imprisoning people again. Yeah, I think I'm going to imprison. Let's start by imprisoning the one that's most likely to succeed. She can't be in a faction, she's not landed. Right, excellent. That means he isn't a traitor, so I can't actually revoke his title. But it should make his effectiveness in that faction a little less. And I fear that Duchess of Anthea has leader of the independence faction is similarly a problem. She might escape. Oh, she's safely locked away as well. Right. That, I hope, will weaken those factions a bit. Yes. Because I think you can't be in a faction when you're in prison. Right, so that's improved the faction situation slightly. I don't think there's anything much else to do. What will I do next then? I mean, I can mostly wait. Let's just let time run while I'm waiting. Are we still? We do have a positive monthly balance. That's good. So we will eventually be able to afford more things. Oh yes, can we improve Prince Archbishop's opinion of me? Because it's terrible. He wants Tihama and Najran because he actually holds 3 duchies. So if I can grant them to him, I think I may as well. Right. That's better. He now no longer desperately feels he should have more territory. On the other hand, he has a phenomenal amount of territory. Because he's Prince Archbishop of Hijaz, Sana'a and Hadramaut. And I don't quite know how he got there, but whatever. I still get to be Duchess of Taiz, which is that little patch there. What's that one then? All right, that was the county I granted to Uncle Ramiro in order to allow him to become a duke, because he actually only has that one county. Because he hasn't yet managed to get one in his own territory. Right, so that's my vassal slightly less pissed off. And we improve his opinion. Not really, he just has the wrong set of traits. She is in prison, similarly he is. Another just randomly wrong traits. Yes. Also wrong religion. We could probably fix that once he comes of age. So I'm looking at opinions because if we're going to change the succession law, we need no count or higher tier vassal has a negative opinion of me, which will take a bit of faffing. But we can do it. Like, we can throw money at that problem. Right, so yes, and I need to have ruled for 10 years, and we're currently at 8. So I might be able to switch to primogeniture quite soon. And that's a good reason not to die, actually. Don't want everything to get scattered to the 4 winds any more than is necessary, given the sheer number of children Elbira has. Current situation, I mean, he's heir to a pile of duchies. He, for some reason, only gets a county and a barony. Right, the girls get better. Oh, of course, because we're in absolute cognatic. Why does he get 2, 3, 4 duchies, though? When, like, the lower kids don't even get a duchy each. Possibly because I don't have enough counties to go around. So, no, there are 4. I control 4 counties, which is 1 for each child. And once they have a county, they should each be able to get a duchy to go with it. That's slightly weird. Oh well. But like we would like everything to be inherited by Nuno. So if we can switch back to primogeniture, that would be good. Right, okay, I think that's everything for tonight. I think I'm not going to get distracted again. I think it's precisely midnight, and so that is the point at which I will say good night and try not to accidentally leave the stream running for 10 hours. Because the problem with leaving the stream running for 10 hours is that then Google won't let you trim the resulting file because it's too big.